All right, David, thank you. Well, the federal government now suing Wisconsin over who gets to police prediction markets. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission filing a lawsuit today, just days after the state moved against major online platforms like Kalshi and Coinbase. The CFTC chairman, Michael Seelig, saying in a statement, quote, "States cannot circumvent the clear directive of Congress. Our message to Wisconsin is the same as to New York, Arizona, and others. If you interfere with the operation of federal law in regulating financial markets, we will sue you," end quote. This move comes after Attorney General Josh Kaul announced his own lawsuit last week against the platforms, including Kalshi, Robinhood, Coinbase, Polymarket, and Crypto.com. That state case claims that those companies are facilitating illegal sports betting here in Wisconsin by charging fees on every wager, in violation of state gambling laws. Kaul's office has not yet responded publicly to this new federal lawsuit.